Welcome to another episode, everyone. Wack100 disrespects me, Damion Porter, once again. He's here on No Jumper, having their podcast. Someone had told me in the comments just a little while ago, I was going through the comments from the videos I had done earlier, and they said, man, Adam and Wack mentioned you on the show. I said, oh my goodness. So I went over here and checked it out because if you've noticed, I have not done any content on Wack. I've covered like Jaleese and Spotify speaking on Wack. They were speaking on Wack, or Wack came up with them, but I haven't came at Wack or covered any contact of Wack. That's been deliberate. I was just like, I'm just going to stay away from this situation, stay away from Wack going back and forth with him and this and that, because I know how he can get on the internet, and I don't want to play these internet games. And so he brings me up. They talking about striking Spotify's channel. He's talking about striking Spotify's channel. And then I come up in this conversation. Check this out.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about. Okay.
Real 40 Crips, and he didn't fight back. A nigga with squabbles is getting them off of it. We got some homies from my neighborhood. You ain't putting no 4 little niggas on. I put 4 little niggas on Cuban. 2 of them going to sleep the first 4 seconds. The other 2 going to be scared to death.
Okay, number one, Spotify called you a homosexual on the podcast like a week ago, so I don't really feel like I need to go that hard defending him against these accusations because he has said similarly hyperbolic things about you.
Bro, the nigga be telling a bunch of lies.
I don't have any knowledge of his.
Listen, the dude said that I called the police on him.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You are the police. You are a snitch. Now, if you all know, or you may not have even recognized, and I'm sure Wack being slow like he is, I can prove it. He kept saying something right here on this show, and he kept saying the wrong word, and he kept saying it over. I can go back to it, but I'm not even about to do that. He probably don't even know what I'm talking about because he think it's the right word. Now, and when I do my content on Wack, when I have done content on Wack100 over the last few months or whatever, when I started doing content, this sort of content reactions and this and that, if you go back to my content, I have never called Wack the police. I have never said that Wack is a snitch, Wack is a buster, Wack loves transmissions, 3-finger Wack. I said the other day, I didn't even know what that was about. That I didn't even know why Spotify kept calling them 3-finger Louie, 3 fingers up and 3 finger down. I heard something about some 3 fingers, but I didn't even know what it was. Like what the whole 3-finger stuff comes in at as it relates to Wack. Obviously something freaky, something sinister having to do with his 3 fingers or someone else's. I don't know. So I never even run that kind of content on Wack as far as, man, this dude's a snitch, this dude's this and that. I cover other stuff that other people run on him, and saying these things about him perhaps. But I've never said these things personally. But until now, hold on.
And that I'm the reason why Ann Hefe's in jail. And what he doing, he got the Crips looking bad.
Just all of them?
His neighborhood, he got looking bad. Because listen, he always say on 40s on the dead homies. I ain't heard you put nothing you say about Wack on 40s in the dead homies. So as a Crip to the neighborhood 40 Crip community, all sides, your homie has said a Paru called the police on him. Blood gotta bring the work. You gotta bring the work. Now, ain't no 40s Crip, rest in peace, Scooter. Ain't no 40 Crips I know putting them accusations on no Damu without having to work.
I don't really see Spotify apologizing or correcting the record.
He ain't got to apologize.
He's never done that on the podcast.
No, but now we enter into the realm of, hey, homie.
Bro, let me make sure I keep stopping this first of all, to make sure these people don't try to send me a strike again like they've done before, which is outrageous considering that they're sitting right here talking about me on the podcast. It's about to come up right now. I didn't know it was this back far into Spody Face. They talked about Aunt Hefe for a long time in his situation. This dude Wack, he basically trying to put the taco stand stuff on Aunt Hefe again right here in this podcast. Right? It's crazy. I'm not even about to play that stuff. Okay. Then they got, as we can see, they moved on to Spody Face, was on Spody Face for a minute. And here I come now.
You that emotional where you just making shit up? Because what Wack got to do with Aunt Hefe and some A-Trays? What you say Wack called the police on you? Where that's at? Wack didn't tell you, I don't strike niggas' pages. I take niggas' pages. Ask Hassan Campbell. I told you, right, since you want to play, I'm going to show you what my reach is. I take pages. I just ain't had the time to call my little team and get them on it. We'll get to it.
I stole it.
Right? So this is real. I don't strike niggas. You can't find nobody said Wack struck my page. I don't even know.
And you can get your page took like anybody else. You're not scaring anybody. No jumper doesn't scare anybody. Y'all can get y'all pages took. And there's a such thing as abusing the system. Like Jaleese kept talking about the other day. You know, I'm going to file legal claims on everyone. Yeah, you will be abusing the system. That's what YouTube will tell you. You keep making these claims against people, copyright claims and abuse claims. You are abusing the system. We're going to take your channel. Is how it works. Not only that, you have so many strikeable offenses on your channel, including right now y'all talking about me. This can be considered harassment. Watch. But yet they'll call YouTube on me. They'll speak on me. Yeah, they don't speak on me all the time on No Jumper or none of that. And yes, I've covered some No Jumper content, but it has not been negative. It has not been in a negative way. But hold on. Let me make sure I calm down. Let me make sure I don't make any threats here because I don't trust none of these people. And there's no need for me to make any threats. But I'm not about to be going back and forth with Wack100 on the internet. That's over. I'll show you why right now.
How to strike a page.
I strike. I've been doing drone strikes.
Yeah, you had the other dude accused, talking about this other fake Hoover dude. Whatever this dude is, whatever this nigga name, called himself the big fella, said, I told you to strike his channel.
Who said that? Oh, that one dude? Yeah, I never even heard of this dude.
What are you talking about?
Damion Porter?
Yeah, a fake Hoover. Listen, really? When the nigga went at Jab 5, right? It's real shock.
A fake Hoover, that's what I ain't. So ask your homeboys. I wasn't a fake Hoover in prison. And in fact, bro, I was in camp with you, Wack. That's what you don't know. I was in Camp Holton with you. When you had the braids, I was in Camp Holton with you. Gonna have to go ahead and get into that content next.
Remember you tried to run the content on Jack 5? Talking about Jack was on the 50-50 yard. And
no, he don't remember. He said he don't know me. Yet, as soon as Wack said, this fake Hoover dude, Adam said, Damion Porter? Okay. Watch this, though.
So good, right? The Hoovers called him and told him what kind of car his daughter drive. The next day, he was retracting like a little bitch. No, I got a call. I was wrong about Jap 5. No, you ran the content on J Hood saying he was on the 50-50 yard. Crip Mac was on the 50-50 yard, but you got that call. And they told you, don't your daughter drive this color car, this kind of car? He started retracting and talking about, nope, I was wrong about Jap 5. You have no more credibility. Then he talking about Wack told Adam to strike him. I'm like, bro, I don't even know nothing.
The first time I ever heard of that dude was when he made a video saying that we striked his page. Now,
okay, so Adam says first of all, the way that this colonizer, this massa is referring to me, I don't appreciate. This dude and that dude and this and that. You got the wrong one, bro. Trust me. You sitting here listening to Adam or sitting here listening to Wack and gonna get you in the world of trust. You don't want to do this. You don't want to play this game with me. Trust me on that, for one. Okay, now for two, he just said that the first time that I heard of the dude is when I heard him make a video about I struck his page. Huh? Now, if you all recall, the video that I was reacting to before with Adam and Wack when they had mentioned my name. Wack had mentioned my name here on No Jumper, telling Adam about the video I did on Hood Stocks. That I was just sitting there listening and I wasn't reacting. This was what started all of this stuff. That basically I just took the content. And Adam said, Wack said my name, and Adam said, who? Oh, Damion Porter? Oh, okay, I don't really know who that is. Okay, Damion Porter. And then the next day I got the strike from No Jumper. All right. So Adam knew my name then to give me the strike, to have No Jumper send me the strike. He said my name then on that podcast. This is before I made the video about the strike. He hadn't gave me the strike yet. I was reacting to the video that they were doing, talking about my Hood Stocks video. This was before the strike. And when I talked about that video, and Adam mentioned it, said my name then. So right now he's saying, I only know who this dude is. I didn't know about him until I saw him or heard about him doing a video about we sent him a strike. No, you did. You said my name before then. Anyway, Wack100, as we heard, says that I changed my video like a little bitch. He said, I changed my video on Jet 5 like a little bitch. That I lost credibility. That I'm a fake Hoover. And he says that the Hoovers called me and told me that they know what kind of car my daughter drives. So basically, I better take this video down or change my tune about Jet 5 because the Hoovers know what kind of car my daughter drives. So in other words, you're saying that the Hoovers are threatening. What kind of stuff is this, first of all, to say on the internet? So first of all, you're accusing the Hoovers of making threats to me. So you're saying that the Hoovers are going to kill my daughter, right? The Hoovers called me and said, we know what kind of car your daughter drives. This is how much we love Jet 5, and we don't know you. We don't give a fuck about you. We don't care about you. Who are you? We love Jet 5 as much that we know what kind of car your daughter drives. Damn it, you changed that video, and it wasn't the next day, it was the same day. I just corrected myself like I'm going to do every time when I'm wrong about something. And my stance has been clear on the 50-50 yard. It hasn't changed, and it never will change. I wasn't on one. If this dude ever go back to prison, he would have to be on the 50-50 yard. Trust me. He's never walked a level 4 yard, and he never will. So the Hoovers are so irate with me. They're so upset with me over someone being on a 50-50 yard. I ain't tell nobody to go over there. I wasn't on one. They're so upset with me, according to Wack. Just because I talked about the 50-50 yard. I didn't say somebody was over there and they wasn't. Shit. They were so that they called me, the Hoovers. This is what he just said on the internet, right here on No Jumper with 5 million subscribers. That the Hoovers called me and told me that we know what kind of car your daughter drives. You had better change your tune or change your story or take the video down or whatever they said to say that. He didn't say what they wanted done. They wanted something done about this video I did on Jap 5, so much so that they called me and told me that they know what kind of car my daughter drives. The Hoovers did. This is news to me. Hell, I don't even know what kind of car my daughter drives. What's her name? I don't have any kids. This dude just be talking. I don't have any children. 0. I have 0 kids, bro. None. I don't have a son. I don't have a daughter. Yet this man just sat here. Everyone knows that. Except him, apparently. Just made up a whole story. Easily verified that he's lying. Because I don't have a fucking kid. The man just sat here and said that the Hoovers called me, you heard him, and told me, take the video down or else, because we know what kind of car your daughter drives. The Hoovers are finna kill my freaking daughter over a video that I did. Speaking of fucking truth in the video, by the way. A video that I did. That a 50-50 yard is all bad, where this dude will be. And so they got so upset with me that they called my phone and threatened my life and said, we know what kind of car your daughter drives. Wow. What can you say to something like that? And I have no kids. Tell them to tell me what kind of car my daughter drives, because I don't even freaking know. What's her name, by the way? What? I don't have any children. The man just sat here and said the Hoovers called me and said, take the video down because we know what kind of car your daughter drives. They the fucking mafia now. Gonna blow my daughter's car up over a video I did. Oh, okay. They'd be getting the wrong car. I don't have any kids. The Hoovers know that. He just doesn't know that, clearly. They would never call me and say something like that. I don't have any kids. And the video I did would never be that serious. They would kill a kid and kill my child. That's not how the Hoovers get down. Let me dispel this. Let me disabuse you of this notion right now that the Hoovers are somehow child killers. That's what he's putting out there. So let me make this clear right now that I don't know what he's talking about. I've never seen this. I've never heard of this. And let me tell y'all right now, any detective, any officer that's watching, I've never in my life, I swear, I've never heard anything like this about the Hoovers doing anything to some woman inside of a car. I've never heard this. This is astounding. I don't know why this man would get on here on the internet and say something like that. Calling me a fake Hoover, say I changed my thing like a little biatch or whatever. That's fine. It's not fine, but that's not something that I'm going to talk about here on the internet. I'm not about to go back and forth with Wack100 or anyone else on the internet. Someone says something, I'll say what I have to say about it in response. Then my protocol has been to leave it alone after that. I'm not about to go back video after video calling him three fingers and digging up all this dirt on him with his transmission and whatever his past indiscretions have been. And we all know there have been many. He's talking about Spody Face needs the paperwork since he said that he called the police on him. Yet this man accuses everyone of snitching. Sometimes he has paperwork, sometimes he doesn't. But I'm not going to get into all of that. As I've said before, some things are content, some things are not. And that's just how I look at it. Again, I'm going to be careful what I say here. Some things are content, some things are not. And some things I'm willing to go back and forth with on the internet because it's just content, depending on what you say and how far you go. And then some things I say, okay, that was enough. I'm not going to be on the internet with that. I'm not a talker. I don't talk big. I go live. I take care of business. I take people's faces off. This has been my history. Something that this dude clearly doesn't know. He thinks everything is content. Man, it just sat here and said I changed up like a little bit, and I know he was just on tour with Jet 5. Who knows what they've been talking about? I don't know. I don't trust nobody. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Fuck all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's up, it's up. Who knows who knows? Somebody can put something in his head. Feel me? But I take heads off the fucking shoulders, boy. You understand? All right. Bet that. I swear, man, I just saw this a few minutes ago. I swear. I was about to jump in my fucking truck. I swear to God, I was about to jump in my truck, bro. I swear. I don't, these dudes playing. You understand what I'm saying? They playing. But it's cool. We're going to leave it right there. So that's Wack100. Say what he had to say. As I said, I'm not going back and forth. I don't know what else he has to say. I don't care. He can call me a million B words from here on out. I have nothing else to say about him or to him. I mean, I'm still run my content. If something comes up, I'm going to run my content. I'm a content creator. But some things, again, are going to be kept off of the internet. And he's really involving Adam in this stuff. Adam doesn't know me. He doesn't know anything about me. And this man is sitting here calling me a fake Hoover and all this to this dude. And Adam will take this information, internalize it, and believe him. Not knowing he's sitting here in front of an agent of chaos that plays a lot of these internet games, and that some of his rhetoric when dealing with the wrong people can end some shit, get people hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Give a fuck if you got 5 million dudes with you. Care about that, man. That's a game. That's a joke. These are internet antics and tactics. But Adam, or he does know it, but he just goes along with it for the content. But everything is not content. But I'm gonna let Adam as well believe what he want to believe and listen to Wack100. You do that. I'm gonna let Wack100 stay on the Adam and Wack show and say things like this about me. The same individuals I mean, the hypocrisy of it all. The same individuals that 2 weeks ago called and got me a strike on my channel, a copyright strike, for using their content, mentioning their names, whatever, are sitting here calling me out of my name on their podcast. But am I about to call YouTube and say, Wack100 just called me a B, he's harassing me right here on No Jumper, and Adam was right there with him. They went back and forth with my name in their mouth. I'm emotionally damaged because he just called me out of my name and said that my daughter's life has been threatened. YouTube, I need you to do something about this individual, not just his channel, but about him on your platform. I need you to do something about this. Would I ever do? Am I thinking about that? No, but they called on me. Yet they're sitting right here talking about me in a disparaging way. Y'all got balls. You got a pair of balls. But it is what it is. Now, other people have told me in the comments before when I've been upset about this situation or that, bro, is it stay free or not? Because you're telling us you're telling us in your videos, in every video, to stay free. And you elaborate on that often. But on the other hand, you ready to crash out anytime someone says something about you on the internet or what have you. Which one is it? Which one do you stand on? Emotional intelligence like you preach, emotional regulation like you preach, for us to stay calm and be peaceful like you preach, for us to stay free like you preach, or to go and crash out and not stay free? Which one, which message are you sending us? And he paused me. He made sense. It made sense. So I'm not about to be sitting on here talking about some crash out. And I know I have people listening to me. Someone else has said in the comments, big fella, you are a mentor, a friend, an uncle, and a big brother to many right here on this internet, to many. That affected me. That comment hit me as well. So I have to think. I have to be responsible. If people look up to me, if it's one or two people, or what have you on this internet, on YouTube. And I have to be mindful of that. I can't get on here going crazy, being an agent of chaos, threatening situations and threatening people and ready to crash out and lose my life, be tricked out of my position over some talk and over some rhetoric on the internet. I don't want to send the people who may be following me that message, that that's okay. No, what I say, I do believe in, that you must stay calm in situations, have emotional intelligence and emotional regulation, and make it home, as I've said before. You encounter a situation on the street or whatever, at a gas station, inside of a grocery store, someone bumps into you, you start talking back and forth, perhaps it escalates a little bit. You be the bigger man and walk away from the situation. It does not make you a coward. It makes you make it home. You just live to see another day. Not everything is worth fighting for, and not everything certainly is worth losing your life for or your freedom. So let that individual think he's the bigger man, he's the tough guy because you bagged down or you walked away. You didn't bag down. You just exercise your emotional intelligence and recognize what was more important, that you have a family at home waiting on you, a wife, children, a girl, children, a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a nephew, a niece. And they expect you to make it home to them. It's not going to be a good phone call. It's not tough because you call home and say, oh yeah, he disrespected me, so I just crashed his face in. Everybody know who I am. Know not to get at me like that. Feels good in the moment. You got that release off, that you corrected that situation in the moment. But again, as I've said, it takes 20 seconds to get in trouble and 20 years to get out of it. So you'll find yourself in a situation within 20 seconds, but it's going to be hard to get out of that situation. It takes 20 seconds to get into trouble, but it takes 20 years to get out of trouble. You do the math. So everyone, officers, everyone, with that logic, as you can see, I don't believe in content is content. We just keep everything here on the internet. Yeah, and so I'm going to leave it there. Just for the record, again, I know I've said it a few times, but just so we're clear, I don't have any children. I don't have a daughter. I don't have a son either. It may not be too late for me. I'm often asked, do I want children? Will I have children? And I think I'm 52 years old. I turned 52 in February. And it's possible that I can still pump one or two up in someone. But as of right now, I don't have any children. I've never had any kids. Been in prison all of my life, unfortunately. So I don't have any children. But yet this man just sat here on TV or YouTube, huge platform, and said that said the gang's name, that the Hoovers called me and told me basically they was going to off my daughter, right? That's what that means. We know what kind of car your daughter drives. Take the video down or else. We know what kind of car. He said it multiple times that they called me and said, we know what kind of car your daughter drives. Wow. I don't have any kids. And my people were not upset with me like that. Trust me. They were not. Many of them were on my side, but I'm not even about to get into that. That's no one's business. They were not upset with me at all. You listen to this nonsense if you want to. You don't know what you're talking about, man. But that's fine. You did what you did. You said what you had to say. You said what you had to say. You got some clout. You got some views and whatever going on there. Got this dude right here disrespecting me. I don't even know who that dude is and this and that. That's cool. That's fine. No problem. Not in prison anymore. I don't lose my cool like that. Just, someone gets out of line and they right there and I can just, I don't do that anymore. I'm non-violent now. And that's what I'm preaching to the brothers out here, to be non-violent. So I'm going to have to stick with that as well, as I was just talking about, and not lose my cool. I don't appreciate the rhetoric there on either one of these individual sides, actually. The way that Adam was just dismissive of me, I don't like that, especially coming from his kind. You understand what I'm saying? I don't play that. That's the worst of everything. I don't play that. And then the stuff that Wack just had to say, putting this stuff on the Hoovers about killing my daughter that I don't have, and fake Hoover, and that I took it down like a little B. So he called me out of my name. I've never called Wack a bitch. So there it is, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm about to do it. I was about to go and eat before all of this stuff came up. I've been done with my videos. I think I did 6 of them already today. The views been going down on me for some freaking reason. I ain't crying about it. I wasn't going to cry about it. I just said, got up this morning and said, you got to keep going, bro. Just keep pushing. Don't even worry about it. You're going to have ups and downs like that. Just keep pushing. I've been thinking of all sort of other stuff as well that I'm about to do. I was talking to my brother about, I was telling y'all before about the implement as far as my content is concerned, try to improve this stuff, because that's what it is. The content is not any good. If it's not getting any views, then the content is not any good. That's just the bottom line. So I have to do better with that. So I was done, for the day. I was going to wake up tomorrow. And tomorrow, it's the 1st, and start off fresh tomorrow. This is what I was thinking today. Do a little homework tonight, come with some better stuff tomorrow. That's what I was thinking, but I was done as far as making any more videos. Sunday evening, no game on tonight, but I was done. Even go watch a baseball game. I'd be so thirsty for sports sometimes once I'm done with the work, I was about to go cook something myself. I've been trying to cook my own little food, my own little healthy stuff. I guess I'm just having a conversation with y'all now. I had an idea when I was about to cook this little ground beef with this little meat in there, and right, whoa, I'm going to hook it up. I got to get up in the morning and work out. I was going to hit the store, I thought, get some other stuff for my smoothie for the morning after my workout, all this stuff, man. Then I go read the comments real quick, and then I hear this, and I said, oh, hey, got to put me in this sort of mind frame. I'm trying to go on about my day. But it's not going to mess up my day. I'm not in any mood or any mind frame. Can never get someone that sort of control over me, for one. And the truth is, Wack takes a lot of heat. Been accused of being with transmissions, been accused of being a rat, being a carjacker. I mean, there's evidence of it that he's a carjacker. He said it was AI. But he's a carjacker. Clearly a rat, been a rat for a long time. I just never called him one because I just try to stay out of that sort of stuff. But it's all sort of stuff on him. And he gets attacked by a lot of different people on the internet. He don't really come at some of those people that attack him. He coming at me. And I don't really attack him. I cover him, but I have never really attacked him personally until the other day when they got the strike and all that. But now I would cover content on him, but it may look like from afar, if you're not really paying attention, or he on Wack, or Wack may be saying, this dude always talking about me or on me with these thumbnails and titles. But no, it's just I'm covering whatever other people are saying about you. But I'm not saying these things myself, is my point. I was not doing that until now, anyway. Since he made it personal, went off and made it personal. Did get the strike on me with this dude, Adam. Brought my name up to him from the beginning. Why did you even bring my name up from the beginning to him in that sort of way? And then you're doing it again now in a very disrespectful way. Adam, well, he didn't say too much, but as I said, I'm not going to get on Wack too much, it's particularly not here on the internet, because he goes through a lot already on the internet. I can imagine, because even him speaking about me like this, as I said, I was really ready to trip out. I just was. That's the old me, and those are my old ways, where I had no understanding. I didn't want to resolve any issues. If I felt slighted or disrespected, I just wanted to take care of you. You should have thought about that before you did what you did and said what you said. We're beyond the point of talking now. Now I just want to hurt you. And that's how I was for a long time. And I don't like that. And I don't like that side of me. And I keep that shit deeply hidden in the recesses of my soul. And I try to keep it suppressed, bro. I promise you I do. I put a smile on my face and I greet brothers and I say hi. I try to keep that stuff away. So anyway, my point is that if I'm upset over what Wack just said, then I can imagine how upset he is or how upset he gets. I'm just having empathy right now, I suppose. I can imagine how upset, because I couldn't take it. All the people that put him in the title and thumbnails in a negative way, accusing him of all kind of stuff, a lot of it brought on by himself, of course, and some of the stuff he'd be involved in, talking about people himself, putting snitch jackets on individuals and, you name it, of course, and getting caught in a car, being a carjacker. I mean, ain't nobody make you do this. You got caught doing this. Nobody put this on you. Nobody making this up on you. You here making up stuff on people. Somebody gonna kill my daughter, a daughter that I don't even have. You making up stuff. Nobody making up anything on you. This is stuff that you didn't put yourself in. But nevertheless, I can only imagine that it would be tough every day to get up. I know it would be for me. And go on the internet, go on YouTube, and there's literally 50 people that got a video on you with your name and your face on the thumbnail, and it's all bad. It's all negative. Transmission, got caught a transmission, 3-Finger Louie, Wack100, a Fed, Jack100. I mean, it's all bad. All of the videos, all of the comments, all of it's all bad. I can imagine that'll get to a person after so long. I don't care who you are. Like, damn, man. Because like I say, you say one thing about me, I'm ready to spaz out. So I can imagine video after video after video. Somebody will lose it. Now again, a lot of people gonna say Wack brings that on himself because he makes video after video about people, talks about people. Just here, talked about Ann Hefe, talked about Spotty Face, talked about me, and who knows who else in this podcast. So he does the same thing, of course. But I'm just saying, I'm just having grace in this moment. Just being a mature individual and having grace and understanding in this moment, as opposed to reacting the way I would have a couple of years ago, a few years ago, certainly 5 and 10 years ago. And that's not to say that that's a tough thing or that was a good thing, because it wasn't. There are other ways to handle conflict. That's the whole point. So that's it, man. Let me go freaking eat. So I just want everybody to know, officers, whoever's looking, man, my supporters, never a crash out, no crash outs over here. We use our heads. We think things out. We think things through. In the moment of conflict is when you are most at danger, because this is when you become emotional. This is anger blinds reasoning. So if you're angry, you must first let that anger subside before you make any decisions. Making a decision while you're angry is often a life-altering decision in a negative way for you. So calm down first, and then ask yourself, is it worth it? Ask yourself, how does this end? Not just how it starts, but how does it end? Because it is not how you start, it's how you finish. So you have to ask yourself, how does this end? It's going to start off with me taking his head off, and I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel great in that moment. Oh, man. Especially if his body's over here and his head is over there, I'm going to feel so great. type of sick people he's dealing with and don't know. But in the end, I'm not going to feel so great. So then it's not worth it. So that's just to my supporters. That's to my viewers. That's to the people who that's to the brother who left a comment about me being a mentor that touched me, and an uncle and a brother and such to individuals here. I believe that. With that comes responsibility then. For me not to be on here crashing out. I can call Wack all kind of names and all this right now. You got called a transmission, you rainbow, you 3-finger, you in a car jack. I can snitch, I can do all this stuff. But I don't play those kind of games on the internet. I don't want to go back and forth like that on the internet, make it personal and go deep. He just did. But I'll let him do that. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to play those kind of games on the internet. I don't play like that. But, for all my supporters, just know there are ways to handle certain situations. I had to learn this the hard way. I'm still learning every day. To be calm, to have self-control, emotional control. That's where the strength is at. There's a lot of weakness in just going off and satisfying that want for violence and blood in that moment. And then succumbing to that, that's weakness. You have no strength. You don't have the strength to hold yourself back. You don't have the strength to make another decision, a different decision, a better decision for you and your life and your family. You don't have the strength to do that in that moment, then you're not strong. You don't have strength. You're weak. You succumbed to your emotions in the moment. And then later on, you regret it. Later on, you say, oh my God, what did I do? Because you're not in that moment anymore. You're not feeling that way anymore that you felt, the way that you felt in that moment. The anger that you felt in that moment, it has subsided now. But now you done already did the deed. So now 4 days later, 3 days later, a week later, when you're sitting in jail and you're not angry like that anymore at this individual, you're saying, what the hell did I do? I can't believe I just did that. You start regretting it immediately because you don't have that anger anymore, which is why I say before you do anything, before you get to that point, let that anger subside and then see if you still want to make that sort of decision. The answer is going to be no. You're only ready to make that decision because you're angry in that moment. Once that anger subsides, when you go to sleep and wake up the next day, you're not going to feel the same. So remove yourself from the anger and remove yourself from the situation in that moment. Don't do anything in that moment because you'll be doing it out of anger and emotion, and it's going to cost you your life. Remove yourself in that moment, no matter how angry you are, and say, I'll revisit this later. It can be an argument. It can be whatever. Okay, I'm getting too angry. I don't want to do something crazy. Let me just get up out of the situation and then calm down. That's it. That's for my people. For these other people that think that my name and that I'm something to play with on the internet, you're sadly mistaken. Stay safe and stay free, people.